Hello everyone, welcome back. You can see it's a different map today. I just got a call from my friend Mark, who is over here on the west coast, and he is offered me a chance to use some of the money that I earned on our last series, the Eco Challenge, and giving me a chance to buy the sheep farm here. So I've decided I'll do it, and he's got some contractor work and stuff that I can do as well, keep me busy. But before I can bring my sheep in, I need to get some grass to feed them. Oh, I bought myself some old machinery because I kind of like using the older stuff. And a nice new disc bind, Cleveland. Now I'm going to mow this field and then I'm going to rake it up and I'll pick it up after a bit. So hang with me, it should be fun. All the fields here on this map, and this is a map by Bullet Bill. It's a very nice map for Farming Simulator. It works out pretty well. We had started playing it on the Eco Challenge to start with, and then our Eco Challenge all completely quit on us. This map somehow got a bug in it, and it wouldn't work right. And turn on my four-wheel drive because I'm just barely get enough horsepower to run this machine, and I got some pretty steep hills and gradients here to come with. So we're playing with the more realistic mod. I've been playing a lot more lately with just in the in-cab views, so hopefully you'll like that. I'm kind of more of a challenge to play with the in-cab view while you're doing this. I'm gonna try and get this field mowed today in this episode, and maybe rake it up. And I'll probably do the next episode that I do. We'll be starting to bring the sheep in. Although I think that might be a Contractor series episode because I'm playing this map with my friend Mark Dupont, and it's the map that he's using for his Contractor series, and we're on the server with it. So it keeps as he's got lots to do. We're in the 5th day of mid-spring. One more day of mid-spring, and we're going to end up going to late spring, which everything has to be planted. I'm going to close my gate here. Doesn't want to close. I'll try over here. There it goes. Make things a little easier to get around if I close that gate. Oh. Quite a steep little hill there. Doesn't seem to want to pull very well. We're going to work with undersized equipment here as much as possible this time. Let's see where we go. And I think I need to add some weight to the front of this tractor. She seems to want to get away from me like that, doesn't she? Alright. There's the out of camera view, or out of tractor cab view, and we're leaving you here try to do a little bit of a quick take on this. It should take me probably 15-20 minutes to finish mowing this whole field. We have more realistic on, and with the gearbox mods and the more realistic, it makes some of these terrains a little bit more challenging to operate on. So this is the T5 Ford. It's an older tractor, but it works pretty well. I think 122 horsepower is what it's putting out. And the disc bind requires 110. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how close we're cutting it, power-wise. This is doing a good job here. Basically what I want to do is get some hay or grass up ahead for the sheep. We're going to loose pile it into the barn for now. I'll be using my front end loader to feed them after. I will also need to pick up the baler that I purchased and ordered in. For this series, I'm going to do small square bales for all of my animals. Hopefully that'll keep them well fed and healthy. Use a little bit more of the square bales, but you don't have as much wastage with them, especially for sheep, because they don't tend to eat near as much during the summer as they do during the winter. And round bales are a pain in the ass on a small sheep farm, so we're just going to run with little squares. So I've purchased myself some tractors since I've got here in this area. We're in England, if you hadn't figured that out. Traffic drives on the wrong side of the road and all that nonsense, so it should be fun to try and keep it working. Get hung up on something there, I don't know what. I think the next thing I have to buy for this is a weight for the front of this tractor. Doesn't seem to have a whole lot of steering ability. And around and around and around. I'll probably do a little bit of a time lapse here, just so you don't have to watch all of this. It's a little hard to see where you're going. The grass here is not full growth, it's just the early stages of spring growth that we're going to harvest. There won't be a whole lot of grass here. And I've purchased myself a windrower as well. And I've got the Pottinger trailer to pick up my grass when I'm ready. It's a nice sunny day. It's not that warm, but it's sunny at least. It's only giving us 3 degrees of air temperature right now, which is not too bad. We haven't got a whole lot of rain forecast for the next little bit, from what I've been told. We've been given fairly good weather. We'll actually bring up our weather forecast. You can see during the spring here, we've got 4 more days of spring after today. And then we've only got 1 day where it's given some rain, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for grass fields. However, we're planting, most of the map is going to be planted in canola, so that's what the farmers have contracted Mark to do. And I'll be helping out with that, especially during harvest season. Right now, Mark has a couple other people helping with seeding canola, some other crops as well. Once that soil temperature warms up a bit more as well, we're going to be planting corn in some of the fields. So I'm pulling fairly light implements, which is it's making the tractor work. You get up this hill, you may have to just kind of come out of that sideways a bit here and see if we can get going. There we go. Didn't have quite enough horsepower to pull the mower and mow at the same time going up that hill. And off we go again. She really picks up speed coming down this hill, doesn't it? Now I'm on my way back up another hill here. Keep going. So on my last little adventure, I managed to bank $4 million when we came out of Germany, when we played Hofburgman, which I thought was pretty good. Cut right down the middle here. Start going back and forth, up and down for a bit. bit quicker this way. You can see one of my Massey Fergusons over parked right there. It's a 90 horsepower Massey Ferguson that we have there. Not quite as powerful as this older Ford, but it works good. It does the job for most of the things we're going to need to do. We have another Massey Ferguson, even smaller, with 68 horsepower, 70 horsepower. We'll actually be picking up the grass or hay with that once it's all windrowed up and ready to go. I also purchased myself a Vermeer windrower. It's just should be fairly easy to use. Here's my other Massey Ferguson up there. Must be a hole there in the ground. It's causing me some issue. Seem to be stuck there. Very strange. Never had this issue before. I've never run machines quite this small on these fields before though either. Last time I played on here we were using fairly large machines. I believe I had like a Class Syrian 900 which was my mowing machine. That was running a mower front and back. Yeah, there is a big hole there in the field. Alright, that's okay, because this is a sheep pasture. Not exactly designed to be the smoothest of fields for mowing and haying. Add on a little bit of extra control with the four-wheel drive and the differential locks. See if it works a little better after that. So this is a fairly large map. It's well designed, well run. I think it's available on console as well as PC. Now I'm obviously playing on PC. with the mods that we have. We're using Seasons. We also have the Wales Geomod on here because this is based out of Wales, so it's a good mod to have for us. It works. Give us temperatures that are, and seasons that are close to the actual thing, as close as they can get, which is kind of nice. Now we're almost done mowing here. A couple more passes and we'll have her beat. Takes a while. We're only using a mower that's a little over 3 meters in width, or 9 feet, 10 feet. There are larger mowers out there, obviously, but for this, it seems to be just the appropriate mower for this type of farm with the narrower gates and the not overly large fields. It's just going to take time to put in the work and get it all done. One of the episodes here, I'm going to get myself a 135 Massey Ferguson just to haul hay bales. The thing with the smaller hay bales, they don't work with the tractors, the front end loaders, so we actually have to pick them up and load them by hand. Unless you have auto stackers or just fire them loose into the trailers, we don't have access to that equipment here. So when we do start baling hay later on this summer, it should be an interesting time. Mark also tells me he has sale for straw bales, for small bales, so some of the farmers want them for their bedding for their pigs and their horses, so we'll have to make quite a few of those as well when the time comes for us to be harvesting. And we're almost done. It won't take very long to windrow this. I'll show you that piece of equipment and how it works. Might be a little trickier, but we'll see. The smaller your fields and the tighter the hedges and stuff, the more work it takes to actually do the windrowing. Almost done. What I'll probably do is end this. Actually, what I think I'll do is finish mowing this and end this recording there, and then I'll save the windrowing and gathering up for the next recording. You guys can see that and in its entirety. Hopefully I'll have some help with that part of it. One of the episodes we're going to do with the Contractor series on Mr. Dupont's channel, I believe, is going to be the delivery of the sheep and getting that all sorted out and ready to roll the sheep farm. A little ways to go with that. Like I said, we can't have sheep here until I actually have feed for them. If it wasn't ready to harvest somewhat here, we'd have to wait, or we'd have to buy in hay for the sheep. And that's, while the sheep don't eat that much, I plan on getting 200 sheep, which they do eat a fair bit more than 50 sheep, so we'll see how we make out. And this should be the last spot. Try and come around this way so that I can get this little bit here. I'm going to fold it right up. And I believe the gate over on this side of the field is open. Ready to go. So guys, thanks for watching. This is the episode for today. My next episode will be actually windrowing the hay up and getting it ready to feed the cattle. So there's the windrower right there. Nice little Vermeer. I have a little silage bunker here. We might plant some corn or something, just make some silage. Got a couple arable fields that are ready to go. Any guesses how many tries it's going to take me to back this in? I'm guessing more than one. I'm not particularly good at reversing trailers. And I missed. Big surprise there. We get her in here this time, hopefully. If I don't miss the other way. It's a little narrow. Ah, we got her. There we go. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching.